It's the weekend review. It's the weekend review. It's the weekend review. Welcome to episode number 39. 39. It is Friday, and that means one thing. It is the week in review and another episode of No Way. First, the week in review. On Monday, we talked about painting and Grandma Moses and how she was an amazing painter who started painting when she was 78. On Tuesday, I challenged you to figure your way out of a maze. On Wednesday, we looked at jump roping and sang Miss Mary Mac. Well, we jump roped. And on Thursday, thank you, Brittany, we took a trip to the Animal Refuge League of Portland and met some animals. Now, on to No Way. This week, the kindergarten team presents a very interesting story. I'm definitely late for this show. No Way was not filmed before a live studio audience. Well, hi, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of No Way. And today, we have the kindergarten team. Let's introduce everybody. Say hello, Miss Griffin.
Hello, friends.
Say hello, Miss Jay.
Hi, everyone.
Say hello, Miss Gridley.
Hi, friends.
Hello, Miss M.
Hello.
Well, the kindergarten team today has a very interesting story about an animal that flies. Tell us more, Miss Griffin.
Well, friends, a lot of you know that I have lots of animals that live near my house, in my yard, and we have lots of birds, but this animal I'm going to tell you about is not a bird. It's a flying squirrel, and it was in my house.
No way.
No way.
No way.
Well, I have a story about a flying squirrel. So a couple of years ago, I went to bed and my cat Popeye woke me up about 3 o'clock in the morning and he was hitting my head. He really had to go outside. So I let him out. And when I let him out, I also opened up the cat door so that the cat could come in when he was ready to come back in. I went back to bed. All of a sudden, I hear the cat door kind of going back and forth. And I sat up just because it startled me. And when I sat up, something whoosh, right beside my ear. I was so scared. I was like, what is that? And I'm like, to my husband, you need to get up. There's something in this house. So we both got up and we're looking around and we couldn't find anything. We turned on the light to get a better look. We still couldn't find anything. And we looked up on the wall and there was a flying squirrel stuck right to the wall.
No way. So I have a story to tell you. One time, it was late at night, and I was feeling kind of hungry, so I headed to the kitchen. When I got in there, I heard a noise coming from my fridge. And when I opened the fridge doors, a flying squirrel jumped out of my fridge. I swear, it was flying around my house.
No way. That's not even what happened. This is what happened. It wasn't even nighttime, and it was just dusk. So I went out to my garage because we were going to have a little campfire. So I went to the garage to get the wood. And as I was going in there, I heard a little scratching sound. And I thought, oh no, that must be a mouse making that sound. And so
I just thought I would let the mouse be because I didn't want to disturb it at all. And I started to gather the wood from the top of the pile, and my hands are full. And what comes flying at me? Not a mouse, a flying squirrel. I dropped the wood, hit my toe. It hurt so badly. And I ran to my husband and I said, there's a flying squirrel in our garage. That's what happened.
No
way.
No way. Well, this is quite a story. A flying squirrel. Was his name Rocky? Go ahead, Miss Griffin. Tell us a little bit more.
Right. So these elaborate stories are a bit much to take. The flying squirrel that was in my house was sitting on the counter eating a banana. I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but they don't actually fly, they glide. And he had glided in the kitchen window. He saw the bowl of bananas, he opened one up, and he was totally chill. I didn't call to anybody. I just had a banana myself.
Oh, no way. Well, that's not the story. My husband and I saw the flying squirrel up on the wall, and we didn't know what to do. So we went and we got a towel, and we were sneaking up on it because we didn't want it to stay in the house. And as we got ready to put the towel on the flying squirrel, it glided away to the living room. We had to chase it to the living room. Same thing. We got so close, we almost got it, and it glided its way back back by the cat door. Finally, after 3 or 4 tries, we finally got a hold of the flying squirrel, and we were able to let it go.
No way.
You can't catch a flying squirrel like that.
I'll tell you guys the truth. You don't need to listen to any of these silly teachers. What really happened was my story. I opened the fridge. I was so hungry, but I heard the noise. And as I see this flying squirrel glide out, I also noticed he ate the one snack I was going to get, my leftover sushi. Now, you don't eat Miss Gridley's leftover sushi. That's something you don't do. So this flying squirrel could tell I was not happy. And when he saw that, he glided right onto my shoulder, and I walked him right outside. He has not come back since.
No.
No
way.
No.
I am laughing so hard because these 3 stories that came before me are so funny. And the reason they're funny is because they're false. The real thing that happened is I went back to investigate with my husband, of course, because I ran out of there afraid of the flying squirrel. And as we were investigating, we noticed that on top of the wood pile, now remember I removed some of the logs, on top of the wood pile was 2 baby flying squirrels. It was the mama that was flying or gliding at my head to try to protect her babies that were right now at the top of the pile. We just left the garage, and in a couple weeks, the babies were ready to leave the nest, and so the baby squirrels went away, the flying mama squirrel went away, and we didn't have any more problems after that. That's what happened.
No.
No way.
You got flying squirrels that eat sushi, and now we got a whole family of squirrels involved. Well, everybody, who do you think is telling the story? Who is telling the truth today? Is it Miss Griffin? Is it Miss J? Is it Miss Gridley? Or is it Miss M? What do you think? Well, all right. Who really had a flying squirrel gliding around their house?
Me.
Oh, Miss J, tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I told you the whole story, but the funny part of it was that my cat Popeye, who brought the flying squirrel in, just sat there and watched the whole thing. He didn't help us. He just sat there and was going like, my humans are crazy. They were running around with their PJs on, trying to grab that squirrel. It was crazy.
Oh my. Well, thank you very much, kindergarten team, for playing along with No Way. We'll see you next time on No Way, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, kindergarten team, for playing along. It was a lot of fun. Before we look outside my window, I want to say thank you. I received some mail this week. I always appreciate getting some mail. So thank you very much for checking in and saying hello. Now, let's take a look outside my window. I do like looking outside my window. I love seeing the neighborhoods. And this week, we had so many cool sunrises. I'm glad you could be here. Before we go, students, great job again this week getting your work done. I hope you're getting your exercise, you're persevering, you're coming to your classes. Definitely super proud of you. Grown-ups, great job again this week supporting your students at home and working remotely. Can't say enough. Community, you're doing great. We really appreciate all the support. Really, we do up here at East End Community School. For now, that's all I've got. It's Friday. Have a good weekend. Mr. Nogar is saying, I'll see you Monday on Rise and Shine Electric. Bye-bye. See you later. No, it's over. You can go. Bye-bye. All right, for real this time. See you Monday. Bye-bye.